The world is divided by lines we cannot see, yet every living pulse obeys them. From the blinding white of the forgotten north to the suffocating green of the ancient equator, survival is not a choice. It is the only law that matters. Here, in these extreme realms, life does not simply exist. It fights, it claws, it endures. Look closely at the terrain. The scenery changes from frost-bitten peaks, where the air burns the lungs, to the dense, humid depths where light itself struggles to touch the ground. But beneath the surface, the story remains identical. The heartbeat of the hunter and the hunted rings out in the same desperate rhythm. There are no names here, no titles of royalty, only the architecture of bone, muscle, and instinct. Every shadow moving through the trees, every shape cutting through the blizzard is a masterpiece of evolution. They have been sculpted by millions of years of trial and error. The environment does not forgive mistakes. One misstep on the slippery ice, one snapped twig in the undergrowth, and the game of life ends instantly. That we watch a world of pure motion, where frozen winds test the limits of endurance, and the heavy, silent air of the canopy hides 1,000 watchful eyes. This is the ultimate arena. The stage is set, the players are hidden in plain sight, and the clock is always ticking toward the next strike. Asterisk, to survive in the extremes, the body must become a weapon. Every tool has a purpose. Look at the design of these apex entities. Paws wide enough to act as snowshoes on shifting drifts. Claws curved like scythes to grip the slippery bark of towering trees. Evolution does not waste energy on vanity. Consider the vision. Eyes that can pierce through a blinding whiteout or calculate distance in the pitch-black shadows of a midnight forest. They do not see the world as we do. They see trajectories. They see vulnerability. A thermal map of heat signatures against the cold, or a sudden break in the chaotic patterns of the jungle leaves dot, and then there is the silence. The greatest weapon is often the one you cannot hear. In the deep snow, heavy footsteps are muffled by nature's own insulation. In the thick wetlands, a massive body moves through the water without creating a single ripple. It is a terrifying perfection. The ability to mass hundreds of pounds of pure muscle and bone, yet move with the subtlety of a passing breeze. When the moment approaches, the biology shifts. Adrenaline floods the system. Lungs expand to pull in the freezing oxygen or the heavy, humid air. The heart beats like a war drum, but outwardly, there is only stillness. The tension builds until it is a physical weight in the air. The transition from absolute stillness to explosive velocity is the most violent spectacle on Earth. Asterisk, asterisk. Shift your gaze to the white wasteland. Cold is a different kind of enemy. It does not bleed, it cannot be fought, and it never sleeps. In this landscape, energy is more valuable than gold. To hunt here is to gamble with your own life. Every calorie spent chasing a target must be rewarded, or the cold will claim both the predator and the prey. Notice how the environment dictates the strategy. The white blanket offers no camouflage unless you are born of the snow itself. Survival here requires patience that spans days, waiting, watching, enduring temperatures that would freeze blood in seconds. The breath rises like smoke, a brief sign of life in a graveyard of ice. But do not mistake the silence for emptiness. Beneath the crust of ice, life is moving. And above it, the masters of the frost are tracking. Their fur is dense, engineered to trap a layer of air against the skin, keeping the deadly chill at bay. Their stepping is deliberate. On the ice, speed can be a liability. Balance is everything. When a target is spotted, the approach is low, hugging the contours of the drifts. There are no bushes to hide behind, no trees to offer cover. Only the horizon and the blinding glare of the sun. It is a test of sheer willpower. The hunter must become the ice itself, cold, unyielding, and inevitable. Asterisk now. Contrast this with the chaotic symphony of the green world. Here, the challenge is not scarcity, but overwhelming abundance. Every square inch of this terrain is alive. The air is thick with moisture, heavy with the scent of decay and rebirth. If the frozen world is a minimalist painting, this is a chaotic masterpiece dot in this dense labyrinth. Visibility is reduced to mere feet. You cannot see the danger until it is already too late. Camouflage here is a complex game of light and shadow. Stripes and spots mimic the dappled sunlight filtering through the high canopy, breaking up the silhouette of the killer. The strategy shifts from long-range tracking to the art of the ambush. It is a realm of verticality. Danger does not just walk the earth. It rains down from the branches above. A sudden drop, a coiled spring of muscle releasing from a high limb, and the struggle is over before it truly begins. But the humidity is a heavy tax on the body. Exhaustion comes quickly in the suffocating heat. Pursuits must be short, sharp, and brutal. If the ambush fails within the first few seconds, the jungle swallows the opportunity, and the hunter must melt back into the green shadows to wait for the next rotation of the sun. Asterisk, whether in the ice or the mud, the climax of the story uses the exact same language. It is the language of impact. The moment of contact is a collision of two opposing forces, the absolute will to live and the desperate need to feed Dot. Watch the mechanics of the strike. It is not driven by malice or cruelty. It is pure arithmetic. The angle of attack, the distribution of weight, the precise application of force to the weakest point of the target. A throat locked in an unyielding grip, or a spine snapped by the sheer momentum of the charged Dot in these seconds. Time seems to stretch. You can see the desperation on both sides. For the prey, this is the final boundary. For the predator, failure means starvation, a slow decline that leads to the end of its lineage. This is why they fight with everything they have. Every ounce of evolutionary genius is put to the test in this chaotic blur of dust, snow, and blood. And when the dust settles, a heavy silence returns to the land. The balance has been maintained. The energy of one life flows into another, ensuring that the cycle continues for another day, another week, another season. There is no celebration, only the quiet consumption of a hard-earned victory. Asterisk. as the sun sets over the frozen peaks and sinks below the jungle canopy. The true nature of this world becomes clear. There are no villains here. There are no heroes. There is only the continuous, unbroken circle of existence. The entities we have witnessed are the caretakers of their realms. By removing the weak, they strengthen the whole. By testing the boundaries of survival, they push evolution forward. They are the living spirit of the wild, beautiful, terrifying, and absolutely necessary. The landscapes will change. The ice will melt. The jungles may recede. But the law of the predator will endure as long as there is life on this planet. They are the ghosts in the trees, the shadows on the snow, the eternal masters of survival. As the screen fades, remember that the silence you hear is temporary. Somewhere, out there in the dark, a paw is stepping into the snow, a claw is gripping a branch, and the hunt is beginning all over again.